Welcome back to the channel into another WNBA video. We only got one game to go over for Wednesday, September 4th, so we're going to dive right into it. We'll break it down and analyze it. We'll go over which way that I'm leaning as far as the points and the spread. We'll also talk about any player props that I found for that game that I like, and then any picks that I put in officially myself for this game, I'm going to list right down there in that pinned comment, so make sure you check back in. That way you can see if you'd like to ride along with me. Now, normally we would recap our picks from yesterday, and we can go over some of them. But the Sky and the Aces are still playing currently, and I do have one more pick out for that one. It's Angel Reese's over 13.5 rebounds. Looking too bad right now. I think she's sitting at 4 at the end of the first quarter. So we're doing all right there. Not so good on the rest of the night, man. It's been a rough one so far. We took the Sun, the team total, over 82.5. They don't come close to this. Don't even break 70 points. Only put a half unit on that one, thankfully. So we don't cash. Took Marina Mabry over 13.5 points. I told y'all I've cashed a couple times on this one now in a row. I think it was 3 times in a row, and said we're gonna ride this one till the wheels fell off. They fell off, man. I think she finished with maybe 2 points. I have to check back in on it, but I think she finished with 2 points. She had a really rough night shooting. So yeah, no go on that one. Then we take the Wings team total over 87.5. Now what? The Wings have been coming out smoking it on offense, right? They come out in that first quarter, they don't even break 20 points. So it's going to be a sweat the rest of the way. Now, we need them to hit at 88. They start scoring, man. You know, multiple 20-point quarters, second, third, fourth quarter, and we land right at 86. So we do not cash on that one either. Took Arike Agubawale over 10.5 rebounds plus assists. She finishes with only 6, so we don't even come close to that one either. So 0-4 to start the day, man. Damn, looking rough, right? Took the Sky in the first quarter, plus 4.5 points. They were down by 11, and they make a solid little run for us to cash. They finished that first quarter down by 4 points. We just cash. So, very easily could have been 0-5. Like I said, man, we need Angel Reese to really start pulling these boards down because, like I said, could have been 0-5. She doesn't cash on that one. Could have been 0-6. Could be a monstrously disastrous night. However, we are sitting at 1-4, still not the best. So we're either going to finish at 1-5 or 2-4. Not ideal. But, you know, we've seen worse days when it comes to sports betting. We're going to have these up and downs, unfortunately. So let's look to get back on the right side of things tonight, man. Hopefully we have a up night. With only one game, probably won't throw a ton of plays out there. But we can find some value still in this. So let's dive into it, guys. We do got the Los Angeles Sparks traveling to Indiana to take on the Fever, and the Fever are laying 12.5 in this one with the over-under sitting at 173. Both teams, they come into this one with equal rest, but they're streaking in 2 different directions, man. The Sparks have lost 7 of 8 since returning from the break, while the Fever have won 6 of their 7 played since returning to action, including 4 in a row. The Fever had a rough go to the year, right, schedule-wise, just way too many games, crammed into way too little of days. But they'll finally see a stretch that favors them schedule-wise as they'll play their next 6 at home before finishing out the regular season with one last game on the road in Washington. So the Sparks are on the road here for the first of 2 straight. And Laisha Clarendon of LA, she's going to miss her 8th straight game due to personal reasons. And then Tammy Fogg-Benley of Indiana will be a game-time decision. She's got a shoulder injury. She returned for 5 games from a thumb injury that's bothered her on and off for most of the year, but now a new injury with a shoulder injury. So just a rough go for her this season. There's been a lot of injuries to work through, and she's seen a lot of time recovering and not on the court, unfortunately. But in the last 7 games, man, since the return from the break to be specific, these Fever are tied with the Lynx for the top record in the W at 6-1. They're also leading the league with 91 points per game while shooting 46% from the field. That's third best, and 40% from deep. That's also first. This offense is humming, man. Then the Sparks, meanwhile, in that same time span, they're averaging just under 80 points per game. That's good for only 8th, while shooting 43% from the field, just 7th, and then a second to last 28% from deep. So staying in these last 7 games, the Sparks are second to last in offensive and defensive rating, last for net rating, while the Fever are sitting at 5th defensively, third for offense and net rating. Indiana, man, they've been locking up on the defensive end, too. They're giving up the second lowest shooting percentage on the third fewest field goals made per game. The Sparks have been hitting the second most points from the paint. Man, but wouldn't you know, the Fever have given up the least over these last 7 games as well. So all in all, man, this is one that, it's hard to fade Indiana in. That's a lot of points to lay with a Fever team that on the year has only covered this specific number 3 times for a 9% hit rate. On the other end, the Sparks have covered these double-digit spreads on a regular, man. They're hitting this number here at a 69% rate. And then in games that they've been double-digit dogs, there's 13 of those they've covered 10 times. The Fever are 8-4 as favorites on the year, but they have yet to be given a line longer than 7, and they failed to cover that one. So I'm going to lean LA with the points here, but fading this red-hot Fever team definitely feels risky. So I'm not sure I get there with the spread on this one. But like I said, man, if I had to choose, I'm probably, I would lean LA with the points. The track record shows that LA with these double digits spreads, man, that's the way to go. I mean, like I said, the Fever team they're just a little unproven, man, when it comes to these larger lines like this. So definitely going to lean Sparks with the points. Then for the total, I'm going to look to the under for this one. In their last 10 at home, the Fever are hitting under this line at a 60% rate, while the Sparks in their last 10 on the road are smacking under this number at a 80% rate. Head-to-head, we've landed under this number as well in both of the prior meetings between these two on the year, and then in their last 5 in a row as well, dating back to last year. So I'm going to lean under for this one. Guys, comment 6 down below for me. We're at the 6-minute mark here. It's going to be a short video, man. It's going to be a short one. But like I said, comment 6. So just let me know that you're riding with me here, guys. We're going to dive right into some player props that I found for this one. We got a couple to look at. I'm going to be looking at Caitlin Clark, her rebounds under 5.5. We can get this right now at minus 115 odds. Now, if you look over here at Outlier, man, it's always going to break it down to you and let us know the best sports book where we can find the best odds at. Right now, we can catch this on Underdog, FanDuel, and DraftKings, but DraftKings is going to give us the best odds at minus 115. Now, always make sure you check in before placing that bet, man. These lines love to jump around on us. Make sure that you're getting the best number there available. Like I said, it's always going to be different at any sports book that you're looking at. So make sure to shop around, man. It's not a bad idea to have more than one sports book and have a little bit of money spread throughout all of those, as opposed to just piling it all into one and being stuck with whatever odds that books give you. But yeah, we're looking at Caitlin Clark, her under 5.5 rebounds here. In her last 5 games, she's hitting this at an 80% rate. That one that she went over was against Atlanta. They do struggle against, rebounds allowed as well as a team. And then if we're looking at them in her last 10, let's push it back a little bit farther. She's still hitting that at a 70% rate there. And then if we look at this nice insight from Outlier, they like to give us these little insights here. And just kind of breaks things down a little bit further. Now, this is looking at her in just her last 5 games at home. And at home in her last 5, she's hitting this at an 80% clip as well, hitting 4 out of the last 5. Now, if we come over here to the right, we can look at the Sparks. Their defense, their rebounds allowed overall, sitting at 6, right? If we look at them specifically against guards, it gets a little bit better. They jump up to just 4th. So, looking good there. I like our chances here with Caitlin Clark hitting under 5.5 rebounds. Then the other player prop that I'm looking at in this one's going to be Odyssey Sims of the Los Angeles Sparks. Now, she was with the Dallas Wings. They had to release her when they had players come back from injury, and she did sign on with the Sparks here. Now, they got her points all the way down at 9.5, and she is a scorer, guys. So we're looking at her points over 9.5. Now, if we look at this insight from Outlier, we can see in her last 6 games versus the bottom 5 defenses for points allowed, she's smacking this number at an 83% rate, and she's crushing it. I mean, not even coming close, right? That one under, right? We'll get into that in a second here, but man, just crushing that number, right? Okay, so then if we come up here and we look at her in her last 10, all right, now we see some more red, right? We definitely see some more red. And here's that one that we were just talking about. Let's come down just a little bit further. We have these supporting stats, right? Now look at her minutes per game. Now this was when she was still with Dallas, cruising over 35 minutes per game. Now this is when she first came to Los Angeles. Okay, 16, 15, 16, 23 in that game that we just talked about. All right, now as the minutes increase, so do the points, right? And this one that she hit under was against Atlanta. Now Atlanta has pretty good defense, man. It's not too shabby, and specifically, they got pretty good perimeter defenders, man, and Alicia Gray and Jordan Canada. So it makes sense, that this is the game that we see an under on. Indiana doesn't have that kind of perimeter defense, man. I mean, if we come over here and look at Indiana points allowed, they're sitting at 11th overall. If we look at them specifically against guards, dead last, right? Like I said, man, Odyssey Sims will pull it up one more time against these bottom 5 defenses, and we're facing the ranking dead last She's crushing this number. So I like this one a lot, guys. I like it a lot. We can get it at -120 right now. That's on Underdog. We can get over to FanDuel too if you don't have Underdog in your state, like I don't, man. Come on, Ohio, let's get with it. But if you don't have Underdog, I like it at -128 too. It's a little bit juiced, man, but rightfully so, because like I said, she's crushing it. But hey, profit is a profit, man. Money is money. I'm gonna go ahead and roll with this one for sure. So guys, that is gonna wrap it up. It is a quick video, just a one-game slate. Man, I wish there was more action, more stuff for us to go over. But it is what it is, man. Make sure you check down in the description, though. I did want to mention we do have that NFL Survivor pool up and running still. Make sure you hop into there, guys. Look, $10 entry fee. You can get up to 5 entries maximum at $10 each. And then, week to week, man, all we're doing here is just picking who we think has the best chance to win that week. So you're going to pick one team. If they win, you move on to the next round. If they don't, you are eliminated. Unfortunately, you do not survive. But look, man, what's the fun part about this is that you can only pick a team one time. So you already know I picked my boys in week 1, man. I feel like we got a great chance to get the dub here in week 1. I sure hope, because I'm going to be in Paycor Stadium. I know that thing's going to be rocking. So I hope that we can get the dub. And if we do, man, we move on to the next round, or I move on to the next round in the Survivor pool, but I won't be able to take my Bengals again after that, unfortunately. But like I said, man, that's what makes it interesting. That's what makes it fun. So make sure you guys hop down into that description. Make sure you click into that link so you can check that out and get in on the action, man. If we fill that pool up, max prize is sitting at $2,700, man. So, and it's winner takes all. So whoever wins this thing is going to be sitting on a nice little chunk of change. So make sure that you have a chance to be that lucky winner. That's going to do it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the content today. I hope you found it helpful and useful. And if you did in any kind of way, please do not forget to smash that like button down below and hit subscribe if you have not already. That way you don't miss out on any of the content that we are dropping daily here at the Guy Boston Sports Channel. And especially now with football season coming up, man, we got a full schedule. We're going to be dropping so much content for you guys. We are so excited. We're literally in a little text thread talking about it today about how damn excited we are for some football to be back, man. I cannot wait. Personally, I know Ev and Tassos are both on the same boat. We're over here just like, football. Let's go, man. It's finally back, guys. So, like I said, man, make sure you hit that subscribe button. That way you don't miss out on any of that action coming up. And that's going to do it, guys. Let's have a great day today. I hope we cash. Hope we bounce back from that horrid day from yesterday. Man, not a look, man. Not a look. Let's go for the sweep today, man. We gotta get back on the right side of things. So, like I said, man, hope we have a great day. I'll see you guys on the next video, man. Best of luck.